Today, I want to show you how I helped transform my girlfriend's life. She even recorded a message to share her story here with you. Just listen to this.
Before I met Lucas, I was in a really low place. I didn't have a discipline. I was vaping all the time, going out every weekend, procrastinating, everything. Honestly, I felt stuck. I didn't know where to start or how to get better. Then Lucas came into my life and everything started to change. He never pushed me, but just by being around him, I started wanting more for myself. He helped me quit vaping, helped me to be constant at the gym, and showed me how to build a better habits. He made my first workouts, kept me accountable, and showed me what consistency really means. A year later, I feel like a completely different person. I'm more confident, I feel stronger, my mindset is so much better, and I have even started making content, something I used to procrastinate for months. And honestly, I don't think I could have done it without him. Lucas helped me build the life I always wanted, and I'm so grateful.
You heard what she said, right? But let me just give you the full picture of her life. When we first met, she was just vaping every single day. She was partying almost every single weekend. She was skipping the gym, procrastinating on almost everything on her life because she didn't have a structure, She didn't have a system that she could actually follow, and she didn't have a vision for her life. She didn't know what to do. And then today, she just wakes up at 4 o'clock with me every single day. She trains consistently. She's just built an amazing body that you can actually see here. And most importantly, she's living life with purpose. And I didn't force her to change anything. I didn't put pressure on her as well. I simply lived the example. I created a system and I supported her every single step of her journey. But before I just break down how exactly I helped her to change, I wanted to tell you something here. If you feel stuck, unmotivated, and you know that is just a better version of you, just wait to come out, I can help you to do that. That is just a link here in my bio where you can just book a free call with me. We're just gonna talk about your goals, your habits, and how to build discipline, which is just one of the most important foundations of life. And then from that, you can structure what you need to change in your life, like how she did. But now let me just explain to you how everything started. The first thing that I asked her was just a simple question. Why do you want to change? Because unless your why is just real and powerful, you won't last when things get uncomfortable, because growth happens in uncomfortable situations. And most people know they should change, but in the very bottom of their heart, they don't really want to do it yet. And that's where the problem begins, because your reason needs to be bigger than the pain of change. The pain of staying the same has to be bigger than the pain of changing. And it could be anything, you want to live a longer life for your future kids, or you want to become a healthier person for a partner, or you even want to launch that project that you've just dreaming of, that has been just sitting there for many years and you're procrastinating on. When she found out her why, that's when the real transformation began. She was just very skinny, as you can see here in the pictures, and she really wanted to change her whole body because she wasn't happy with it. Then I told her, let's just build a system that you can follow. And then the first target was just stopping vaping. She was just very addicted to it. And at first it's just it scared her, because that's normal. It's just a chemical dependency that she had. But I told her the truth. It's going to get worse before it gets better, and you gotta be ready to go through it. And then she was very committed to it, and I was just with her every single day, just helping her to stay accountable and very focused on the target, because she wanted to do that. And every time that she felt the urge of smoking, she just replaced it with a chewing gum. And that small change just gave her control and helped her to break the cycle. And her mind just got stronger. And I always reminded her in the beginning that it only takes one hit to fall back. That's why we just focused on staying consistent with the new habits. So her brain could just like start to accept this new identity that she was creating. Because our brain doesn't like hard work. And then when you want to move a habit that you have been doing that for so long, it takes time for the brain to understand. You want to implement that new habit in your life, which is just like stop smoking, and your brain is gonna do everything that it can just to bring you back to that old habit, because your brain loves comfort and it wants you to bring it back to the same position. But you gotta be strong, you gotta be used to being uncomfortable to go through this process. And then next I just like introduced her to discipline, and then she started working out at the gym. I just built like a simple workout for her to get her moving. No overthinking, no pressure at all. And once she got going and then like she started seeing progress in her life, everything started to change. She wasn't like focused on the long-term goal of building that amazing body that all the girls want, even though she actually got to that point, as you can see here. But she was just focused on showing up daily at the gym, like eating well, sleeping well, and trusting the process, because it takes time. And then over time, the results just came, not just like physically, but in her confidence, in her mindset, and overall lifestyle, because it's a good lifestyle to have. And the truth is, you can't be disciplined at the gym and undisciplined everywhere else in other areas of your life. Because once you build discipline in one area, it just spreads into every area of your life. And I told her something really important. You have to protect these new habits like your life depends on it. Because it only takes like a few skipped sessions, just a couple of like days off in sequence, and you're just like back in the same cycle that you're just like trying to escape, which took so long to get there. That's why we just focused on consistency, not like perfection, because some days are gonna feel bad. You might fall off, it happens. You know, I'm not gonna say here that she was perfect and it's just like she nailed everything, because she skipped some days at the gym and it happens. And then what matters is that it's just like she got back on track on the next day, because the real danger is just letting one bad day to become like a pattern, and then you just go back to the old habits. And to prevent that, I just like helped her to build a very strong mindset, that one that is just like doesn't make any excuses. No like I'll do it tomorrow, not like I'm gonna be waiting for motivation. Just like daily wins, just stack it over time, it's just gonna bring you results. And then the most recent shift that she made in her life, she finally started posting content on Instagram. I had told her so many times that she needed to do it, not like for likes or for attention or anything like that, but because she had something valuable to share with people, like I'm sharing here with you. But she kept like putting it off. She didn't want to do it, not because she was just like lazy. She just like didn't know how people would react to her when she was just like posting on Instagram. Scared of like being judged, scared of like being ignored by the people. Every time that she thought about posting, anxiety would just like kick in. And then one day she just like did it. She just posted it. She recorded a video, posted it, and just left it there. She didn't check it like for hours, just afraid of like what might happen with that, you know, how would like people react to it. But what actually happened, so many like positive feedbacks about it. People asking why she didn't start like sooner, like people getting inspired by her transformation, because she had a big story to tell, wanted to know how she went from being so skinny to stronger and muscular. And then now she's just like posting consistently. She's just broke out of procrastination. She's just like sharing her story and her journey. She's just like helping others, which is it's crazy to me, right? Because I always told her to do it. And then she just became insecure and procrastinating to like showing up publicity. And she's still like a bit unfamiliar with the camera, because you could see her like recording here, but she's doing it anyway. She didn't like wait to be ready to do it. She just did it. She started. She's just like working towards her dreams at the moment. And that's what matters. That's what I wanted her to do. That's the power of self-belief, structure, and daily actions. And then she's living proof of what happens when you commit to the process. And she's just like, she didn't only change her body, but she changed like her mental health, her emotions, and also her spirit. And I truly believe that if you are ready to do the same, you can do it, and then I can help you to go through this process. And before you just finish the video, just make sure that you subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be so much more videos coming our way, just related to self-discipline, procrastination, and bad habits, and everything that could actually improve in your life. And don't forget to book that free call. And then if you're serious about changing, and you're serious about like living the life that you really want, just book that call. No pressure at all, just like real talk, real system, a real transformation in your life. I hope you book it, and I'll see you on the next one.